Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope you're doing good and great and wonderful. I hope everything is perfect and peachy. And I hope that you're not dying of a heat wave like we are here in West Virginia. Yes, I missed yesterday's episode. I got a few emails and private messages. Thank you for that. Yeah, I missed. And no, it was not a technical problem. There was no glitch. There was no, I forgot to hit the upload button. It just didn't happen. I never even turned the camera on. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it happening. In the past, I was really not okay with missing an episode. But that was because I felt like if I gave myself the okay to miss an episode, then that would start to become the norm. And once I start okaying myself to miss episodes, then it would become and then it would just never happen again, or it would be a very infrequent thing. And so I don't feel that way this time. I don't feel at all like I needed to make up. You know, there was a part of me who thought, maybe I'll wake up this morning and record one and upload it, but I didn't. I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to let it go. In the 4.5-ish, not quite, 4 years and 3 months or whatever we've been doing this, for almost 1,100 episodes, I've missed 3. So this is the fourth time I've missed an episode. And it wasn't for any real particular reason. There's nothing going on, everything's okay, my family's fine, you know, Em is okay, the dog is fine, there's nothing. It just, yesterday was a really busy day, and it just didn't happen. I had a lot of work to do, and I worked right up until the moment I had to leave to go pick the girls up, because Wednesday night they came over for dinner. They came over, Roland, my oldest, she bought a microphone and immediately had an issue and asked me to help her make like a little sound cage for it, so I did that, and then I cooked dinner, and then they stayed later than normal because this weekend they had stayed up Saturday night turning their rooms into an escape room, and they wanted Em and I to solve them, but Em didn't come back Sunday before they left. And so they asked her to do them last night, so they stayed later than normal. Then I took them home. I didn't get back till late, and then Em asked for some time, like, you know, can we spend some time together? And I said sure. And so it just didn't happen. We talked. We played some Ticket to Ride. We've been playing Ticket to Ride. We played it quite a bit, like physical, but she got Ticket to Ride on her PlayStation for $4. And you can get an app for your phones, iPhone and Android, and it connects to the PlayStation, and you can play on the PlayStation sitting next to each other. And so on your phone is your hand of cards and your tickets, and when it's your turn, you can just like drag tickets up to the route. But on the screen, you see the map, you see everybody's score. It actually works really super well, which is funny because the apps have like less than 3-star rating, like 2.5 and 2.8 star. Like, everybody's trash talking these apps, but we've had 0 issues. Like, it works fine. We've played probably, I'm not joking this, she just got the game Tuesday, and I think we've probably played like 60 games on it. Like, I'm not even kidding. We've played a lot. So we did that, and then I went to bed, and I was like, you know what? It's fine. I'm okay with missing. It's okay. I'm going to keep the same numbering sequence, so I'm going to skip that number because every Friday ends on a 5, and I like that, so it helps me keep track of where we are. I know the number of the Daily Shed better than I know the actual date that it currently is. That's how weird this 4 years of doing this has been. But the point, you know, it just happened. And again, I appreciate everybody reaching out and asking me if everything's okay. Everything is fine. But I did ask on Tuesday, I asked people to call in and leave a voicemail that I could play because my Google Voice was going to expire because I don't use it anymore. I used to talk about it a lot on the show. I used to ask you to call in. I used to get some people called in, and we would play messages and stuff. So I have to have, every now and then I'll remind you, hey, call the voicemail, just so I don't lose the phone number, because I don't want to lose the phone number. But I did get a message, and I want to play it, because I'm excited about this you'll hear, and I'll tell you about it. Maybe. If it ever plays. What is going on? Play the message.
What is up, Chevee, via the Daily Shed? This is Mike Hewitt down here in Palmetto, Florida. I just saw your tweet requesting voicemails, so I thought I'd leave one real quick. I hope you're well, my friend. I'm still fishing. If you check my Instagram or Facebook, you will see that I caught a 6-foot shark the other day off the Skyway Bridge.
I saw that.
And I was thinking about you, because we used to fish all the time, man. Hope you guys are well, and I still enjoy watching your show from time to time. Take care, man. Bye.
So that was Mike Hewitt, a really good friend from high school. We kind of grew up. We met each other through a mutual friend, and then we started hanging out, and then we worked together some in the automotive industry. And Mike and I used to go fishing quite a bit, trout fishing. We both loved it. And one time we went, me and Mike and our friend Tim from work decided to go on a 3-day hiking, backpacking, fishing trip. We didn't take a whole lot of food. We decided we were going to try and catch what we ate. And I think that we left Friday after work. We got there. It was already dark. We hiked a mile or two into the place where we like to fish. We set up a tent. We stayed that night. We woke up the next day and we went fishing. And the whole morning we got skunked. We didn't catch anything, right? And so we were distraught. We went back to camp and we ate some lunch and then we went back out. I think that's how that worked. Mike, you might have to remind me in the comments. I'm pretty sure that's how that worked. Or we got skunked. No, we got skunked all morning, and me and Tim did. Me and Tim stayed together and fished, and Mike kind of went upstream on his own. And then we catch up to Mike, and Mike has this it was huge, 18-inch brown trout on his line. If you don't know anything about trout fishing, brown trout are they're not necessarily native, but they're not stocked, meaning that rainbow trout and golden trout are what our Department of Natural Resources put in the streams. So the brown trout is a more native fish. It's more wild, essentially. It's not a released fish. And he caught this massive brown trout, and we were so excited. We took it back to camp. It was early in the day. We decided to put it in the stream next to camp to keep it cool, and then we went fishing again, and we were just oh, I can't wait to get back. We're going to fillet that trout. It's going to be awesome. We finally caught some food, and then we get back to camp and the stringer is empty, completely gone. There was we had caught a couple more little fish, gone. Everything was gone, and it was one of those metal stringers that has little clothespin type hooks on it, and those hooks were not open. So either somebody walked by and stole our fish, or a bear got a hold of them and somehow got the fish off the hooks. I don't know what happened, but the stringer was still there, the hooks were still closed, and there was no fish. And we had, I think, rice and beans for dinner that night. But it was such a wonderful trip, and I still think about it quite a bit. And Mike and I, we took a few of those walking and camping and fishing trips together, and it was always really fun. But yeah, I haven't heard from Mike. I've heard from Mike, but Mike left the state, I don't know, 10 years ago or something like that now, and has kind of become a Southerner. Good to hear from you, Mike. Thanks for calling in. Thank all of you for checking on me and making sure everything was okay. It's all good. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you, and I will see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is Bildungsroman, a noun meaning a coming-of-age novel such as The Catcher in the Rye or a portrait of the artist as a young man. Alex has started writing a Bildungsroman about his experiences in prep school. Bildungsroman. Bildungsroman. Bildungsroman? I don't know.